Hey, this is Jordan, and I just want to shoot this real quick little video demonstrating why my wife and I chose the Omega Nutrition Center 8004 as our juicer of choice. We did a lot of research, and this is what we chose after probably 2 to 3 weeks worth of research. We felt that it was the most versatile juicer on the market for the price range, the $400 and under market. And that's this juicer, in our opinion, was the best in that price range for the money. One of the biggest benefits, in our opinion, is it being as versatile as it is. This is a masticating juicer, which means it chews the juice out of the fruit and vegetables slowly, rather than a high-speed saw essentially spinning and just cutting the juice out. If this is on YouTube and you're watching this, click the link below in the comment section. It'll take you to the post where I explain in detail all the pros and cons of this juicer, as well as some of the other ones we looked at. But I just want to do a little bit demonstration here, just for kicks. And one of the reasons, again, we like it is it's versatile. So I've got virtually every different kind of thing you would want to be juicing right here. Like the centrifugal juicers, they can't juice leafy greens at all, or some of them that do, they don't do it near as well, if they can at all. So we start with the juicy stuff. Like this is a piece of orange. So you throw it down there and it just chews it up and spits it out. The pulp comes out here and the juice comes out the bottom. And you always, at least from what I've read and from what I've tested and my experience so far with this juicer, is you want to put the juicy stuff in first and then the harder stuff in last, because sometimes the juicy stuff tends to stay in the auger a little bit longer. So then when you put the hard stuff in, like carrots or some like collard greens, as you'll see here in a second, it tends to push some of that remaining juice and pulp out along with it. There's a few features that I won't be able to show you in this video of why we chose this, and that's, if you notice, it's not called a juicer, it's called a nutrition center. You can actually change the attachment and use this to grind coffee, to make baby food, to make homemade sorbet. You can also use it to make flour. Like you can actually buy whole wheat, and that's an apple you see me putting in there now. Use this to grind up wheat and make homemade wheat flour. So here's apples we're putting in now. And I will tell you right now, since I'm on it, sorry to be all crazy jumping around. One of the things I don't like about this juicer is the fact that it's got a very small input. So you actually have to cut your fruit up. And that's why I think a lot of people actually choose the centrifugal, the spinning juicers, is because they have an input area the size of an apple. So you literally, as long as you wash your apples and stuff, you can throw pieces of an entire apple in at once. And again, it comes down to convenience, but you sacrifice nutrition. So now we're going to go through and do some leafy greens. So you saw how it handled the really juicy fruit like oranges and lemons. You saw it go through an apple. And now we're going to show you how it just goes right through the leafy greens as well. Again, centrifugal juicers like the Breville series and many other series. I think Jack LaLanne has a centrifugal series. They can't handle greens because essentially you're throwing your fruit into a high repetition saw, and essentially you're just obliterating the bejesus out of your fruit and vegetables. So you try to throw leafy greens in there, it's literally just going to spit it out into the pulp container. As opposed to when you put spinach down in this, essentially what's happening is it's like putting the spinach in your mouth and chewing it up. It's very, I think it's I may correct myself in the text of this post, but I'm pretty sure it's a 75 or 80 rotations per minute. So it's a very slow masticating juicer, which means it doesn't damage the fruit and vegetables as it extracts the juice. It just slowly chews the juice out, just like you would if you were putting it in your mouth and gnashing it with your teeth. So it maintains the integrity of the enzymes and the nutrients of the vegetables and juice. So obviously it's much better. Now, one of the reasons again we chose the masticating style, which is this one, is because like if you're a working person and you want to go on a juice fast or something, but you work during the day and you don't have the option of juicing at lunchtime, then with this kind of a juicer, a low RPM masticating style, it will hold the nutrition and enzyme value of the juice for up to 48 to 72 hours. If you don't have to keep it in a refrigerator for 72 hours, obviously drinking it sooner is better. But if you work, you can juice either the night before or the morning of and take enough with you to last you throughout the day and not have to worry about the nutrient value depleting. As opposed to if you use a centrifugal juicer, you're supposed to drink the juice within 20 minutes. And if you don't drink the juice within 20 minutes, typically you've lost virtually all of the enzyme and nutrient value. So essentially, if you use a centrifugal juicer and drink it, 6 hours later, you're essentially just drinking nothing but raw, wasteful calories and raw sugar. That is the main reason that my wife and I chose this juicer, the Omega 8004 Nutrition Center masticating juicer, over a centrifugal one, because I'd rather it can maintain the integrity of the nutrition value of the fruits and vegetables rather than have convenience. Typically, even if I was moving as fast as I can, this type of juicer does take a little more time to juice. But again, it all comes back to convenience versus integrity of the nutrition and enzymes. With the centrifugal juicers, even if you drink the juice within 2 minutes of juicing it, you still are losing some of the enzyme and nutrition value simply because of the high RPMs of the centrifugal juicer and the oxidation process that takes place because of the way that the juice is extracted. Using a masticating juicer where it chews out the juice, there's virtually no enzyme or nutrient loss because it's the same process as when you eat the food. The only difference is you don't have your saliva in here, obviously, to help aid the digestion process early. But using a masticating juicer, there's virtually no oxidation process. It's not harming the fruit, the nutrients, or the enzymes as it's extracting the juice, because it gently, quote unquote gently, if you put your finger in there, it wouldn't be too gentle, but it gently extracts the juice just as if you were eating it, rather than putting it through a buzzsaw. All right, so here we go. We've got some kale leaves here. I'm actually going to rip these up a little bit. By the way, just an extra little tip, since I'm rambling and talking about all different kinds of things in this video. One other con about this one is, particularly with celery, if you juice celery, you have to break it up, otherwise the little fishing line pieces of the celery can get wrapped around the auger and clog it. But other than that, I really haven't found any major weaknesses with this juicer yet. Alright, and last but not least, here come the carrots. The density of the carrot actually helps push it out and finish the juicing process. So there you go. It looks pretty cool when it comes out. Sometimes it's kind of like a kaleidoscope effect at times. So there you go. There's a little demonstration of the Omega Nutrition Center 8004. And if you're looking at this type of juicer, the differences between the 8003, 8004, 8005, and 8006, the best model for your money is the 8004. The biggest difference between the 8003 and the 8004 and even the 5 and the 6 is the material of the auger changed, and it's 10 times of a harder, denser, stronger material than the 8003. The 8000, I think it's the 8005, the only difference between the 4 and the 5 is a shiny chrome plating, which I don't give a crap about chrome plating, and you pay more money for it. So the 8004 is our choice. Hope this was helpful. Sorry it was so long and I rambled so much, but hopefully all that information helps you in making a buying decision for your juicing needs. God bless. Take care.